Noelle, aka Makeup Esquire, and today we're going to be getting ready for church. So I have come on barefaced today. So let's do some makeup, shall we? Hey, Kat. Thank you for being here and for being willing to be our mod today. I'm just going in with a little bit of SPF. This is the SkinCeuticals one. The packaging kind of looks gross, but it's a really good sunscreen. It's slightly tinted. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. So if you didn't already know, on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I get up on here to get ready for church. And today I am really trying to shoot for about an hour. So let's see if I could do it. Hey, Keisha, welcome to the live. How are you? Welcome. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm putting on a little bit of sunblock. This is the SkinCeuticals one. It's SPF 50. It's a mineral sunscreen, which I tend to prefer over chemical. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, son. How are you all? Thank you for popping in. On the road? Okay, drive safely. We love you too. Thank you so much. She said you look gorgeous already. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday, son. So, okay, sunscreen is on. I guess I'll just do a little bit on my neck. I'm not going to be out in the sun too much, so just putting on a little bit. Normally, I'll be like piling this up if it's at the start of the day. All right, that should be good. And I was going to talk about Beautylish stuff, but since Beautylish is no longer on LTK, I don't have an affiliate link for Beautylish right now. So I guess my thought is, since I've already kind of, oops, sorry for like the chia, if you see any stray chia seeds, I just had a protein shake. So my thought was that instead I could chat about stuff that you can pick up during the Sephora VIB sale that's coming up. And I should also mention that even if you don't have, even if you're not VIB Rouge, this is the Hourglass, this is the Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil, by the way. Even if you're not VIB Rouge, Sephora always does this sale that makes 20% accessible for everybody, regardless of what tier you're in, right after the VIB sale ends. So if you want to hold off and just place one giant order during that time, that should also be coming up as well. So if any of these products interest you, you should be able to snag them at the Sephora sale for 20% off, assuming they don't sell out during the VIB sale, which typically just happens for products that are brand new, you know, on the market. I know it totally sucks. Son and I were talking about how it just got taken away from us like randomly, and right now we're just kind of like in a limbo state because we don't know if Beautylish is replacing their affiliate program or coming back or what. So yeah, Beautylish is only for Sonia G at this point. They screwed my sale order over about 2 years ago, so they're just not on my radar. Interesting. I'm sorry you had that experience, Kat. They're usually really great at customer service. Another comparable brow product to this Hourglass one, by the way, is Tom Ford has one too. I'm not sure if they still have it, just because Tom Ford just randomly like discontinues certain products of theirs all the time. But it's very similar, and the main difference is, and so does Benefit. Benefit has one as well. But the main difference between this one and the Tom Ford one, and I'm trying to see if I have it here handy. Oh yeah, it's right here. Is that the Tom Ford one, what I do think is cool about it is that it comes with its own built-in sharpener. So you could see it's like the same shape as this Hourglass brow product. The Hourglass, it's just, I mean, honestly, they're really similar. And like I said, Benefit has one as well. And I have one version of the Benefit one here, but they all have this shape. If you are in, so I grab for this shape over like a more precise brow pen or pencil, like the Huda Beauty one, or the other really precise, precisely my brow pencil, when I'm really in a rush and I just want to slap a brow on. So I recommend any of these if you're looking for something similar. They are available on Sephora. Okay, so let's keep it moving, shall we? Let's do a primer. So I'm gonna be using a primer that I haven't used in a while. Actually, this one's actually not on Sephora. It's the Surratt one, but I just feel like using it right now. So looks like this. It's like kind of milky. How's everybody's Sunday going? Yeah, if you plan to be close to the windows, yeah. So I don't sit by the window, and I'm actually facing like away from the door where I sit in church. But it's more so just for like the few minutes of a car ride over there. And when I'm coming out of church, since it's post daylight savings time, because before then I was coming out of church and it was dark already, so it didn't really matter. But now that it's lighter out, I have been being more cognizant of my SPF. And then sometimes I like to just go in with this Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. This is like a more silicone-y one, but if I'm not using something that's like super pore filling for the initial primer, sometimes I like to double up if I really want like a smooth base, just in my T-zone where I have the biggest pores. And I started doing this after I saw Tati Beauty do it, because she like is a ride or die for this Tarte primer. She swears by it. Yeah, Sephora sale is where your eyes are right now. Same. I'm getting my cart ready too. Not that I need to be purchasing more makeup, but it's where I tend to just let myself splurge twice a year when it comes around. Paul Woodgate, I might know somebody for you. Follow me on Instagram. Let me see your profile. Not me, but maybe my friend. I forgot about Surratt's primer. I know, right? It's a good one. Paul, you trying to tell him something, Peach? Thank you for being here, Paul. I went to Nordstrom earlier for a YSL makeover. Ooh, I got stuck in a traffic jam because I semi-caught fire and blocked all the lanes. Oh my gosh. Hi, Tilly. Welcome back. Thank you so much for telling me I'm pretty. I really appreciate you. That's crazy. Wow. Well, I'm glad you got back safely. I pulled out the Prada foundation for today because I was recently asked about the Prada foundation by somebody. It's been a couple times now that I've gotten DM'd on Instagram asking me what my shade is in the Prada foundation. And I have MN60 here, but MN50 and MN55 also work for me. So I will say that the difference is slight in undertones. So this MN60 shade is a good one when I'm self-tanned, which I am right now since I put on a self-tan for y'all last night. So yeah, it just has slightly more of a neutral undertone than MN50 and MN55. But as you can see, it's a pretty good match for me, see? And I don't have self-tanner on my face, so my face is always usually a slightly lighter, but this should be a good match to the neck. Hi, Guillermo. Buenas noches. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay too. Oh, what's my favorite skincare product? I would say retinol for sure, if I could choose, because that's just the most effective, is if that's what you mean. It's a pretty solid foundation match. Thank you, Sylvia. I appreciate that. I today wasn't feeling my best today, y'all. Like, I don't know why, but today I just kind of like, ugh. Maybe it's just like because it's in the middle of, you know, that dreaded week, but this is like the highlight of my day. And I love starting out my week with these lives because it just puts me in such a good mood and just sets me up for the week, you know. I love interacting with y'all. So I appreciate everybody for being here. And if you're not already subscribed, we would love to have you as part of the fam. Please go ahead and like this video and send it to anybody who you think might be interested in watching. I'm trying to grow my channel and push my content out. So I really appreciate you, and make sure to come back on Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I do this live every week. And sometimes I go live on Saturdays, like I went live yesterday, and I put my lashes on. So I slept in them, and this is how we woke up. Didn't have to touch them. And I worked out, and I showered earlier. I did laundry, walked my dog. So it's been a pretty productive day. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the compliment. Someone says, you're as beautiful as a golden bowl lined with diamonds filled with roses. Stunning. Thank you. C-3PO. My hair looks amazing. Thank you, Tilly. I mentioned yesterday when somebody else complimented it, because I did my hair last night. I washed it last night. I try to wash my hair only once a week if I can really get away with it, and then just use dry shampoo in between. And I am due for a hair appointment. I have my hair appointment next week, actually next Saturday. So it's looking a little bit crustier right now than normal, at least to me, but thank you for that compliment. There's nothing that gives me the volume that the Dyson Airwrap gives me. I swear by it. And that is linked on my Amazon storefront. And you could also pick up the Dyson Airwrap at the Sephora sale as well. That's usually where I pick mine up. A gunk facial? No, I haven't even heard of that. What is that? Tell me more. All right, let's go in with concealer, shall we? So the concealers that I brought out today are the ones that I was raving about yesterday, I believe, when Sun and I went live. And we were talking about how much we love both of these concealers. So this is the Westman Atelier concealer, and this is in the shade, what is this shade? M2. And then in the Sarah Creel concealers, so I put this Westman Atelier one underneath my eyes just because it does have like a slightly peachy undertone. And then in the Sarah Creel concealer, I have the shades 4 and 5. This is the Face Flex. So these are my top 2 favorite concealers right now. And that says a lot because I have a lot of concealers in my collection. So just to show you the difference, this one's shade 4. It's similar to the Westman Atelier one, slightly, just ever so slightly more yellowy. And then shade the shade 5 in the Face Flex is closer to my actual skin tone. So I use it when I want to cover up any blemishes on my skin. And it's a closer match to my foundation. So I'm going to be using the Tensado KQ15. And once I'm done with this live, I will be linking everything that I'm using in the description box down below, including Fude Bobo's website, where you can find the majority of these brushes that I'm going to be using here today to do my makeup. I'm going to specifically be focusing on Tancedo, which is this particular type of brush, because these brushes are going to be going up in price starting on April 1st. And we have heard that we can expect prices to at least double in price. Some may be going up even more than double, but Tancedo is a Japanese handmade brush manufacturer, and yeah, you can get them on the Food Able website through the link that I will post in the description box down below. And thank you so much for using my links. It really does help support my channel, and everything goes back into my channel, since I pretty much spend all my money on makeup and brushes. If you know me, you know. So the look that I'm thinking of doing today, y'all, is this look that I was inspired by, that I saw Hindash do recently. It's almost like this double liner color, or double liner style makeup. It's like a double wing. It looks so awesome, and we'll see if I could pull it off. I'm almost tempted to show you the inspo look, but I don't want to jinx it. Show you an expectation, and then later, if I'm not able to achieve it exactly like his, that'd be embarrassing. So I think I'm just gonna try it, and then at the end, if it goes well, I'll show you the inspo pic that's in my head. Oh, you love my necklace, Tilly? Thank you so much. I have it linked on my LTK, and I'll relink it too. I love this necklace because I've tried others that were not as high of quality, and it was still reasonably priced, and it's real diamonds, and it hasn't tarnished on me, and I typically just like wear it. I wear it 24/7. I never take it off, so it just like shines beautifully, and I wanted one that was really small and subtle and I could wear with anything. And you can also pick between lengths and the type of gold that you want your chain to be. It could be rose gold. I picked yellow, but it even comes in white gold. Thank you so much. And it's a small company, a small business, and it's female owned. So love that. Anyway, let's do a lippy real quick before we get into the eyes, shall we? Just because, as y'all probably already know, I can't stand looking at myself without my lips being done. But because I kind of already know what vibe I'm going with the eye look today, we'll be safe doing a lippy. So this is exactly what, so this look is going to be inspired by a combination of Andrea Ali and Hindash, two of my most favorite makeup artists in the world. Oh, you're telling me more about the facial. It targets issues such as breakouts, dehydrated skin, and hyperpigmentation. A suction tool is used for the purpose of wet vacuuming dead skin cells. Oh, I feel like I might have seen that be done. I've gotten microdermabrasions before in office. It kind of sounds similar. Okay, so this is I'm using a lip stain right now, and this is the Wonder Blading Lip Mask by Wonder Skin, and I'm using the shade Hush. They did send this to me in PR. I don't get much PR, so I'm very grateful to Wonder Skin to include me in their PR list, so I do receive PR from them every once in a while. But I'm gonna try to do a lippy exactly like Andrea Ali did it. And while I was working out earlier, I was watching her video, and I was like, dang, I want to do that. So she overlined her Cupid's bow. She was using the exact same shade as I'm using right now. The shade Hush is like a contour shade. And then she focused it on the perimeter of her lip. Oh, you're saying those prices will not be affordable once Tancedo increases them? Kat? Yeah, well, yeah, I guess we'll see, right, what the prices go up to. But my plan is hopefully not having to purchase anymore once the price increase occurs, because I'll be stocked up on my Tancedo collection. So she kind of just focused it like I just did right here on the perimeter of the lips, and she didn't leave it for very long, because the longer you leave it, the more pigment you'll get. And people have been doubtful of whether or not these lip stains work. I'm telling you, they work. They absolutely work, and they stay on all day. This is in the shade Hush, again, Wonder Skin. And I'm just going to be taking water with the tissue. And she wiped it off pretty much immediately after she put it on, because she said she didn't want it to be super dark. You think you saw that look? Makeup Unfiltered. Is that Lily in here? Good to see you. Yeah, she posted it earlier today. And I was like, ooh, I have all the products she used. So I was going to just attempt to do it. Let's see if it comes out as good as hers. Same with my Hindash look that I'm about to attempt. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to try to not buy any more Tancedo. Agreed. After the price increase. And if you're interested in watching more of my Tancedo recommendations, I have been putting up videos, and there's one more in the works that I'm working on editing right now that will be hopefully going up soon, one of these days, as a last hurrah. Well, clearly the pigment of my lips are different than her lips, so it's already looking different than Andrea's. I feel like I have more of like a purple undertone to my natural lip than she does. Maybe I could have let it on for a little bit longer, because I do have a tanner skin tone than she does too. But as you can see, it's already just kind of giving me a little bit of a shadow. So if that's all you're looking for, then that's really all you need. And then I don't know which exact lip liner shade in the Victoria Beckham lip liner she used, but I have the shades 2 and 3 here. So, or no, sorry, 4 and 2. I have 2 and 4. So let's see if 2 works. She said she just wanted to further define her Cupid's bow. That's a little bit light, so I'm going to go in with the shade 4. Oh, the hoops. Thank you. They're Ana Luisa. And Ana Luisa, I'll link them. I always link everything on my LTK. I really like them. They have really great customer service. It's the same company that I bought this bracelet from and the second hoop earrings here. I love Ana Luisa. My necklace is solid gold, but Ana Luisa's jewelry is gold plated. And they're pretty affordable for gold plated jewelry. Thank you for asking, and thank you for the compliment. Oh yeah, Sylvia, you use Sachu's lip stain. I have that one here. I have the shade Mauve, but I wish I would have gotten the other one, which is Hazel. It's like Hazel. I don't know if it's meant to be pronounced Hazel, but it's written like Hazel. But yeah, these are good too. But these don't come in as many shades. The Wonder Skin ones come in a bunch of shades. And I'm about to top it off too with the Wonder Skin lip gloss, which I didn't know this until I heard Andrea Ali say it, but she said that the lip gloss that Wonder Skin makes is a particular formula. It's not just like, to me, it just looks like a basic lip, like clear gloss. But she said that it's a particular type of gloss that is meant to work with their lip stains so that it doesn't take off the actual lip stain as quickly as a different lip gloss would. Okay, so then I'm pretty sure she didn't really do anything on the interior portion of her lips. I think she just went right in with the clear lip gloss, if I'm recalling correctly. Oh, you have pinked? Yeah, they have 3 different shades, right? In the Sachu lip stains. I also have the Victoria Beckham Beauty lip stain. She makes some good ones too. Hi, Katasha. Welcome. Perla, thank you so much for the compliment. Please go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you're not already. I would love to have you. We have such a loving and positive community here. I just love all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that was Andrea Elise Lippy from earlier that I saw her video. And she raves about Wonder Skin. She even used this Wonder Skin eyeliner, which she was like, this is such a long-lasting eyeliner. And they also had sent me this in PR as well. So I'll be using probably that in my eye look. But let me just finish off the face. In the meantime, I just want to do a little bit of a bronzer, a powder, and a blush real quick. So I'm gonna hopefully try to go fast with this part. This bronzer stick is the Dior or contour stick in the shade 3 medium, and I'm just gonna quickly go and do a quick nose contour. And today I'm gonna be taking this WS14 by Tansedo for this step. I like that it's nice and airy. It's Psycho Ho Goat Hair. So I'm just going to kind of tap it on my hand to make sure, because this contour stick by Dior is very highly pigmented. So you just have to be really careful. Like, I almost wish I had gotten the like shade 1 because of how highly pigmented it is. But I can make this work. It's just gonna last forever because it's so highly pigmented. And just have a light hand. Andrea, thank you for asking if I have any favorite drugstore makeup. When it comes to drugstore makeup, I would recommend using like, the majority of the makeup that I now use is higher end to luxury, because frankly, I can afford it now. But I've always loved makeup my whole life. And before I started working, I was a student and I couldn't really afford nice makeup, so I would only use drugstore. So it's been a while since I have, you know, familiarized myself with what's currently being sold at this drugstore. But what I will say is one thing that that I do really enjoy that's drugstore is the NYX Brow Tint Pen. This NYX Brow Pen is really good. So love that. When it comes to complexion products, I try to make my skin look as good as good as it possibly can. So that's where I just really invest in complexion products that make my skin look as good as it can, because I struggle with skin concerns like texture, acne, acne scarring, melasma. So for all those reasons, like, skin is my biggest insecurity. So that's where I invest my money into. But other than complexion products, like at the drugstore, I think you can get great brow gels. I use drugstore brow gels all the time. I don't think you really need to pay top dollar for a brow gel or mascaras even. There's some great drugstore mascaras. I used to use the L'Oreal, what is it? I'm forgetting now. Voluminous, I think the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara is great. So those are a couple of products off the top of my head right now that I could say are good at the drugstore. I've also heard great things about that highlighter stick by L'Oreal that they say is a similar dupe for this Victoria Beckham beauty highlighter stick, and Chanel also has a similar one to this. So I've heard great things about that. So those are just some to name a few off the top of my head. I know ColourPop has some great eyeshadows at drugstore price. Morphe does too. Those are like a little bit more indie, but they're priced like drugstore. So hopefully that helps. Oh, I'm sorry that YouTube didn't notify you, Brittany. I did have to redo it, so hopefully you clicked on the new one because I accidentally deleted the Premiere the first time I tried to set it up. Caleb, yeah. I am talking about all my recommendations. Thank you for asking. You're asking about any recommendations to get your girl. The products that I'm using right now, I would recommend. And there's a sale coming up soon in April is when Sephora has their semi-annual VIB sale. This loose powder that I'm using is the Makeup by Mario one. At Sephora right now, currently my two favorite loose powders are this Makeup by Mario one and the Huda Beauty one. I probably like the Huda Beauty one a little bit more than the Makeup by Mario one. If your skin leans a little bit more normal to dry, maybe you can go with the Makeup by Mario one, but dry to oily Huda Beauty. And if your skin is like super, super oily, then I would go with One Size products in general, because One Size, which is the powder poof that I'm using, this brand, that is like more targeted towards people with really oily skin. Maybelline Brow Gel is a favorite of hers, but her brows ain't loyal. Exactly, Peach. Yeah, so true. I like the Maybelline Brow Gel a lot. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for all the compliments, y'all. I'm just keeping up with the comments here. Yeah, did somebody come at me? I didn't see it. Hi, Christian. Welcome. I know. Thank you, Brittany. I'm so close to 5K subscribers. So please go ahead and subscribe and share this video with everybody you know and tell them to subscribe, because I've been trying to get to 5K for a very long time. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you, Kat, for moderating. Okay, so as far as bronzers go, there's so many bronzers that I love at Sephora. I've just been reaching for the Charlotte Tilbury one lately. I don't know why, but this one's a good one. It's solid, it's reliable. I love Hourglass powders. YSL has a good bronzer. Gucci, I love my Gucci bronzers. Dior has a great bronzer too, also at Sephora. So I'm not loyal about my bronzers either. But yeah, those are all the ones that, like, off the top of my head I can think of that I would recommend from Sephora. Oh, interesting. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Kat. I'm clicking on it right now, but nothing's happening. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, somebody said that they don't like me. That's all right. I don't care. If it's not something that's like super offensive, like slurs, we're not having like racial slurs in here or anything like that. But if somebody's telling me they don't like me or my nose, something's ugly, let them. I really don't care. Like, a comment, you're still here watching and commenting. That's the way I see it. So thank you for helping me push my content out. The algorithm can't differentiate between positive or negative comments. This is the way I see it. Haters gonna hate. If it's the one that I just looked at real quick that said, I don't like you. But what I can't figure out is how to make the messages still show up after I post. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but thank you, Sylvia. Yeah, somebody asked, I guess, according to my other moderator, if I have an OnlyFans, and I didn't see it, but I guess it was deleted. And I was like, who cares? Let them ask. I would have responded had I seen the message. I'd be like, no, but do I need one? You want me to get an OnlyFans? Okay, so somebody asked yesterday about my nose contour. So I don't know if you're watching or if you will be watching. Are you from Italy, Christian? Welcome. I love Italy. But I'm going to just do a quick nose contour here to kind of show you the idea. So this is the Patrick Ta 4 Contour 3 brush. You can get it at Sephora. My favorite powder contour is the Huda Beauty one, but everybody's different when it comes to the contour powder that matches their skin tone. I'm in the shade medium in this. I mean, not the Huda Beauty, the Natasha Denona contour powder. But KVD Beauty also has one. Makeup Forever has contour powders as well. I'm sure like Smashbox does. So those are all great contour powders that you can grab at Sephora. And I just kind of like draw the line downward to kind of, if you can see, I'm trying to do like a slight V shape, because that's going to make the tip of my nose slimmer. So everybody has different shaped noses, but for me, I like to make the tip of my nose a little bit more slim because I have more of a bulbous shaped nose. And so then I'm going to put a little bit of contour right here at the bottom and kind of do like a little V shape right here, leading to the tip. And then this is where it kind of helps to get like a little bit more precise of a brush. Because if your lines are the further apart your lines are, the whiter you're going to make your nose look. The more close together, the more narrow your lines are, the thinner you're going to give the illusion that your nose is. If that makes sense. I just worded that poorly, but you know what I mean. So if you do like a V shape, you're going to slim the point of the V, right? And then you just want to do, and this is why I like to use powder for this step most of the time, because it's less harsh than a cream. So if you kind of go a little bit overboard, right, and you want to fix it, it's easy to just take a little bit of your setting powder and kind of line right up against those two lines. See? And then you can just kind of let that bake and set for a minute too. My nose personally is the oiliest part of my face, probably. So I don't mind letting the setting powder sit on my nose for a little bit. And you're kind of starting to get the idea, right? As to how I'm giving the illusion of a smaller, more like pointy nose. Gracias, Jose. He just said linda, which means pretty in Spanish. Yeah, totally. Feel free to ask away any questions. I'm an open book. My nationality is American. I was born and raised here in the United States of America. My ethnicity is Mexican American. I'm 3rd generation. So my grandparents on my dad's side, my paternal grandparents, immigrated here during the Bracero, as part of the Bracero program. Yep. Okay, so now you kind of have your contour going, and you just add as needed. And then right here, you can kind of just like cap it a little bit. And hopefully that way it's looking a little bit more just refined, kind of giving us like a fake rhinoplasty. So thank you so much, Stacy. She said, you're too hard on yourself. You're beautiful with or without makeup. Thank you. I have nice features. Thank you. Ooh, Westman Atelier. You're right, Susan. Thank you for bringing that up. Is anybody eyeing the new Westman Atelier duos? Yes, I have seen those. You know which one stood out to me? Is the one with the blush shade Petal, because it just looks like a very neutral pink. And I have that same blush in the Baby Cheeks cream formula, which I really love. So this is a really nice cream blush if you're looking for one. My favorite cream contour and bronzer sticks, and probably my favorite cream blush formula at Sephora, I would have to say, is the Westman Atelier. So I use different ones. Like today I use the Dior one. I have the Fenty ones that I've said that I'll recommend. They're just a little bit drier of a formula, less emollient, but still good. But my all-time favorite, and it's more luxury, is the Westman Atelier cream. I think she really nailed her cream formulas, and they're very reliable. And so, yeah, those duos look great. There's one in particular that has the powder formula of the shade Petal that I'm eyeing. But yeah, I showcased the other day on my channel this beautiful shade Pop It that I think will be perfect for springtime. So I love this shade. It's even beautiful, just kind of dabbed on the lips too. Highly recommend checking this one out. I also have the shade Doo Doo, which is just like a really pretty medium tone pink as well. Really gorgeous. I love the packaging too. There's something so satisfying about just like the matte packaging, the fact that it has a magnetic closure. It has beautiful details like the rim right here being gold, and just the Westman Atelier being written right here on this lid. Like, this is what you pay for. It's the whole experience when it comes to luxury beauty. The weight of these is nice. So highly recommend those. Yeah, when it comes to cream blush. Thank you so much for saying my skin is flawless, son. That's the best compliment. And thank you, Brittany, for complimenting my hair. I did it just before this live, just for y'all. You're considering purchasing Petal? Yeah, Sylvia, right? Doesn't it look beautiful? Me too. That's on my radar as well. Ooh, Fizz and Jam. Interesting. Pop It is my favorite blush shade from Westman Atelier. Yeah, I would, you know, I don't blame you, Keisha. It's really unique. It's really gorgeous. I love that Pop It blush shade. Love the look so far. Thank you, Kat. Have I tried her liquid bronzer, Stacy? Are you talking about the Westman Atelier one? No, I usually tend to stay away from liquid bronzers. The last liquid bronzer that I bought was this Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing Shaping Serum. If you're a beginner, then or if like you're a minimal makeup wearer, then I would recommend this. But other than that, like it's a very particular type of formula. Like, it's not super highly pigmented, which that's why I'm saying it makes it really easy to use and very user friendly if you just want like a nice tan. This is a nice shade for me. I picked it up in the shade medium, and I picked it up because I was a fan of this Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer by Makeup by Mario. So this was just like a liquid version that he came out with. And honestly, the innovation in the packaging really did me over, because I've never seen something that was so cool that gives you the option of using a doe foot or a pump. So when I saw that this came in this type of component, I was really intrigued. And instead of picking up a double or a second one in the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, I just went ahead and was curious about this one. But in general, I am not really like a liquid bronzer girly. I just personally have skin that leans more oily, so I tend to lean more toward powder bronzers myself. But another really great gift that I would recommend. So if you are, hi, cheerleader girl, thank you so much for being here and for the compliment. I appreciate you. So for the dude that was in here earlier shopping for his girlfriend, if you're still in here, or for anybody that is looking to shop a gift for someone, this is a really great palette that I would recommend. This is the Makeup Forever HD Face Essentials palette. And it's cool because it really has it, and it comes in a couple of different color stories. I think I have the lighter one, but I just noticed right now that it says it's made in Japan. That's interesting. You don't always see makeup that's made in Japan, but we know that Japan makes good makeup, right? So as you can see, it's pretty like beat up because I have been using it. So this one's a great one. It's perfect for travel. It has pretty much every shade you need to do a full face. You can even mix these shades up and do your whole base with this alone. It has contour, your bronzer, your blush, your highlight, and then you can even mix and match and create your own foundation with this too. So that's really fun and a great gift for somebody. And you can grab it on Sephora during the Sephora sale that's coming up. So thank you so much, Brittany, for reminding people to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right, so let's just keep it moving. I'm gonna do a quick blush real quick. And for blush, I brought out my Valentino blush. And I've been testing this out because I recently picked her up, and this should complete my Valentino blush collection. This is my all-time favorite blush that is sold at Sephora. I'm not married, Gabriel. Thanks for asking. And I picked up the shade 8 recently, and it's this really lovely coral shade. I just love how this formula feels almost creamy in the pan, but it's a powder. So I'm going to be using this Squirrel brush here by Tancedo. I've been really enjoying this brush for blush. It's super soft. It's directional, so it picks up product, and it's just lovely as far as the finish goes that it imparts. It's just incredibly diffused given the nature of that squirrel hair. It's so airy. It feels like you're like just caressing your skin with feathers. That's really what it feels like. What messages are we getting deleted? I'm getting flattered by these messages. Uh-oh, I think Kat accidentally hid Sylvia's comment. Thank you so much. Isn't it gorgeous? Again, this is the shade number 8 by Valentino. Lovely. Okay, so let's move on to the eyes, shall we? And at the end, I guess we could do a highlight if we feel the need, but I really want to keep it moving. And so the look that I'm inspired by is an all matte look. So I almost was tempted to pull this Cinnabar palette out by Lisa Eldridge, because look at how gorgeous. It would match my shirt perfectly too. But you can't get this at Sephora. So since we're focusing on products that we can get at Sephora, and you know, another quad that's similar to that one that you can get at Sephora is the YSL. There's a couple of different color stories that are brown. One is more neutral leaning and one is more warm leaning. So those are my recommendations for eyeshadows if you're shopping on Sephora for eyeshadow. But, and also of course, Tom Ford, you can't go wrong with those eyeshadows. But for today's look, I brought out my Patrick Ta. This is the, this is the Major Dimensions 3 matte eyeshadow palette. And then a similar one to this is this Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette in the Neutrals colorway. So let's go in, shall we? I'm going to be just using a quick eyeshadow primer, and I just had it. Where's the eyeshadow primer I want to use? Oh, and as far as eyeshadow primers go, the one that I would recommend at Sephora and eyeshadow primer is kind of one of those things that like you don't really need, in my opinion, a high-end eyeshadow primer. You can definitely get away with just using like a drugstore eyeshadow primer and be fine. But, where is it? I just saw. I was gonna use, I have like a primer stick from Chantecaille, but I was just moving my stuff around before this live and now I'm not able to find it. So let me just grab my, you know, I don't even think we need an eyeshadow primer today. Now that I'm thinking about it, here's my Rare Beauty one. I guess I could just use it because I have it here. But if you don't have an eyeshadow primer, what I have found lately with these eyeshadow looks is if you're not going to wear them for a really long time, or you don't have super oily skin, you a lot of times don't even need an eyeshadow primer. So yeah, don't feel like you necessarily need to have an eyeshadow primer. You could use just like your concealer. Today I'm going to be using this Tancedo one. It's their tea-dyed squirrel hair one. But it's a nice one to just kind of spread out your primer with. Oh, Keisha adds Valentino blush in shade 8 to Sephora cart. Oh, that makes me so happy that I'm inspiring you to purchase more makeup. It's gorgeous. And everybody who has ultimately ended up trying out the Valentino blush on my recommendation that has reported back to me has not been disappointed. So I'm happy to say that it's been a hit among my makeup friends, my fellow makeup friends that have tried it out. Hi, oh my gosh, you just stumbled on my channel about a couple weeks ago. I love how intelligent you speak about makeup. You always look amazing. Thank you so much, Marquita. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Happy to have you join the family. Hi, Rai Rai. Thank you for joining. Both beautiful palettes, right? Hooded Eye Girly here. Is this Lily? I must have an eyeshadow primer. Otherwise, it's Crease City. Okay, so that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up, Lily. So, yes, if you do have hooded eyes, and I have more of a hooded eye too, especially on the inner portion of my eye. So that's why I like to use eyeshadow primer, especially if I'm going to be wearing the eyeshadow all day. And then another reason too is just because like it just helps if I am putting any concealer on my eyelids. Like if you have any discoloration on your eyelids and you want to cover it up with concealer and you don't want the concealer to move around, you could just use an eyeshadow primer for that purpose as well. And it just helps like the colors really stand out. So if you're working with colorful eyeshadows and you want to make the colors pop, that's another good reason to wear an eyeshadow primer. But will I say it's like an absolute must? No. If you already have something like this NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, this can definitely work as an eyeshadow primer. It's similar to the MAC Paint Pots. Okay, so to do this look, I'm going to start out by using this Chanel. This is the Stylo Ombre et Contour Claire, the eyeshadow liner kohl. This is not available on Sephora, but you can get this on Nordstrom. And like I said, I'll link everything. But I don't use this one enough. And I feel like this would be good to start out with for this look. It's a nice creamy eyeshadow stick, but there are comparable eyeshadow sticks in the market if you're looking for one that's more affordable and one that's available on the Sephora website. I would recommend this. This one is NARS in the shade Oblivion, and it's probably like it's a very similar, it's like a dupe pretty much. And in my mind, honestly, I purchased this one because I thought it would be like a really nice contour shade. And I'm sure like you can totally use this all over the face like I do. And look at, that's like a nice cool toned cream contour stick for you. Even though it's not meant to be used for contour, it's meant to be used on the eyes. But yeah, there's certainly other types of eyeshadow sticks that are more affordable than the Chanel one. On the Sephora website, including NARS, Bobbi Brown, Victoria Beckham Beauty has some great ones, and I have some from IT Cosmetics. There are, yeah, there's a bunch. So don't feel the need to, what's the other one I'm thinking of that's like the leading, it's Bobbi Brown, and then what are the other contour sticks that are, well, Hourglass has some good ones too. I mean, not contour sticks, just like eyeshadow sticks. And, oh, speaking of eyeshadow primers, this is one I was looking for earlier. This one's a Chantecaille, and it's a stick. So it's easy to just apply it real quick, kind of like what I'm doing here with this Chanel one. So I'm just going to be taking my more precise brushes here. A couple of these tea-dyed brushes from Tensedo. I have the same versions in the undyed goat hair. I'm not going to be going into in too much detail about the brushes that I'm using, just because I've been talking about them a lot. And if I've already referred to them in other videos, please go ahead and watch those that are up on my channel. But okay, back to kind of like the look that Hindash did. He kind of did like a, like I said, I'm going for like an all matte look today. Laura Mercier, thank you, Susan. That's the one. I was like, what am I thinking of? I was gonna say Lancome, but yeah, Laura Mercier and Bobbi Brown, thank you. Exactly. They have just really great eyeshadow sticks. But like I said, NARS recently came out with some, and they've been really good so far. So every once in a while, I like to pick up different eyeshadow sticks just to try them, because they are really easy. They're nice and travel friendly and perfect to just take on the go. And if you use Lashify like me, which are these eyelashes that I have on, that's another thing I like about shadow sticks, is that you don't have to worry about getting the fallout on your lashes if you're a fake eyelash wearer like me. Okay. So he did this like really cool. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of like building little by little. I'm kind of drawing out my map as to where I want the shape. And then I'm going back in with the brush. Again, this is this Tensedo tea-dyed goat hair brush, but you can use any small, precise little flat brush like this that's similar. And I'm starting out with kind of like this like line like this. And I'm gonna kind of connect it to this line that I'm starting out kind of like on the outer third portion of my eye. As you can see, I didn't go all the way in because I don't really want to close my eye in. I want to give the illusion more of like a cat eye shape here. Like so. And then I'm kind of going to go and connect it to this line that I have down here. And yeah, like I said, I'll link to this Chanel eyeshadow stick, which I picked it up in this specific color, and this is the only shade that I have in this Chanel one. I would love to have more shades, but I just thought this would be a really great shade to use kind of all over. Like I could use it as a nose contour and kind of blend it out if I wanted to. I can use it as kind of like a diffused lip liner. which sometimes I do to give more of like a shadow to my lips. Okay, so that's kind of like the start, right? And I'm gonna just be going in and doing the same type of thing on the other side. Hopefully we can get it to match. So again, I'm just starting out from the outer third, kind of flicking it out like a wing, but it's not like a super precise wing. I'm still kind of blending it out with the brush. Diffusing it so it's like a smokier wing. Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. You see how easy this is? Even if you're a beginner, you can do this. I'm not a professional when it comes to these like intricate looks. I'm not a professional like makeup artist. So if I can do this, you can do it. Trust me. Brittany in here, Brittany Davis, is a professional makeup artist, and she does do beautiful, stunning looks. So please also subscribe to her channel if you're not already. Ooh, Brittany, are you going live tonight? Also, how was the carnival yesterday? That looked so fun. Sky was so adorable in her cute little outfit you put her in. So cute. So blend, blend, blend. This is all I'm really doing. And you can use really any brush for this step as long as it's not like super like fluffy. Like obviously you're not going to want to go in with a brush like this fluffy because it'll just diffuse it too much. So that's why I'm strategically using a brush that is not diffusing the line too much. It's kind of still keeping the same shape I want it. And these bristles are super soft too. These brushes are handmade by Japanese brush artists. So none of them are cut by machine. They're all hand bundled with natural hair bristles. So very sensitive skin friendly and friendly when it comes to wrinkles and not causing any more wrinkles. Okay. So hopefully that gives us like a good start, right? And so now I'm gonna go into, I guess I could use either one of these eyeshadow palettes. We'll go into the Patrick Ta one. And I'm just going to go in with trying to see which brush I want to use here. I'm going to go in with this little Tensado one. I think this is a tea squirrel hair brush. And I'm going to go into kind of like a shade of eyeshadow that kind of matches the same type of vibe, probably like a mix of these two right here to kind of blend out the eyeshadow stick further. And to deepen up the crease a little bit. So some people don't love how these Tensado brushes aren't super packed with bristles and aren't super dense, but that's just kind of the nature of these Tensado brushes. But when you are doing more intricate eye looks or using highly pigmented eyeshadows like these Patrick Ta eyeshadows are, that's where I reach for brushes that aren't super dense. They're nice and airy. So it helps not go too overboard. Okay, so we're working up that cat eye, kind of elongating the eye. And then where I do want to go with a little bit more of like a fluffy brush, I have these two on hand here, or even like this Tancedo brush here. I'm going to go into a lighter shade. So like this creamy shade here, the second one in, and just further diffusing the lines. So we don't have any harsh lines going on. And I'm not being precise, as you can see, like I'm just kind of blend, blend, blend is really the key with looks like this. Because we have that initial shape down already that we use the Chanel eyeshadow stick for, it's not moving too much, which is why I liked the idea of starting out with an eyeshadow stick to kind of just like frame the look I'm going for. And then with powder, I'm going in and just kind of adding the rest of the shadows in. So on the lid, he kept it really light and bright. So I'm going to just be using a mixture of these two right here. And like I said, when I finish this look, I'll show you all the inspo. But I'm just holding off right now because I'm not sure if I'm going to make it like as good as Hindash. I'm trying. So don't judge. Oh, you said you're not sure if you're going live yet? Okay, it's all good. You love this eye? Thank you, Brittany. That's such a compliment. Yeah, so he kept the actual lid. He kept it matte and bright. Okay. These lashes are typically like more intense than the typical lash style that I go for. So hopefully it'll kind of go with the eyeshadow look, since I didn't really plan this out yesterday when I did my eyelashes. But this is going to be the real difference here, what I'm about to do. I'm about to try to attempt like a double wing. Okay, so I was inspired by Andrea Ali, and I'm using the Wonder Skin eyeliner that she used in her look. So like I said, this is a combination of inspiration from Andrea Ali and Hindash, my top two like favorite makeup artists. And this is where I want to take my Tancedo KQ12S, which I always rave about. It's Kolinsky, very soft, also available on the Food A Bubble website. And this is a good brush to have handy to clean up. So if you mess up, you can just use that. An alternative to this are these little pointy Q-tips that I'm always raving about as well, that you can find on my Amazon storefront. Love these. These are really great for cleaning up lines and stuff where you mess up. But this Tancedo KQ12S, I just love to like sharpen up like right here to make this wing sharper. Like I say, if you struggle with your wing liner, you just need a brush like this KQ12S to just clean up. And it's super easy. It looks like you're a pro at it. You could have done this wing here that I did with this eyeshadow stick with a powder eyeshadow or an eyeshadow stick. And just like a very precise little brush too. So I'm just keeping it nice and light under the wing. And I'm trying to give myself like a little inner corner wing, but just slightly. Because that's what Hindash did for this look. And we're gonna do, so he didn't line like all the entire portion of the bottom lash line. He kept it to this outer portion here. And this is gonna be the hard part, y'all. Hold your breaths for me. This is gonna be an attempt at the double wing that is like a signature for Hindash. And he flicks out the bottom wing to do like a double wing. And it ends up looking so cool. I've always wanted to try it. So I said today was the day. And I'm being very brave in doing this live too without even practicing. Knowing that this could go badly. So we watch and we don't judge. Have y'all heard that going around? When girlies are like, we listen and we don't judge. This is the version of watch and don't judge. I know, I'm like starting to sweat here. Okay, I'm flicking out this wing here a little bit. And I already think I kind of went a little bit darker than Hindash did. So again, these little pointy Q-tips work so well when you mess up. Along with this KQ12S. Hindash didn't mess up when he was doing his look, but alas, that's Hindash. All right. Peach goes, well, Britt and I watch and we do judge. That's okay. I love y'all. All right. So then I think he just did like a little bit of powder to diffuse it. And really the key to this is just your tools. Like have little tiny brushes that are precise enough to help you with this. Just like I am here. So like these little tiny precise brushes will help you. It's not perfect, y'all. It's not perfect. Speaking of Hindash, I'm going to use his gel eyeliner. Or liquid eyeliner, I mean. Just to emphasize the top wing a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with like a darker brown in the palette. Like this dark brown here. And smoke it out a little bit more. That is, okay. Not the way Hindash did it. Thank you, Sylvia. It's not the way Hindash did it. But this, if I were to do this over again, I would probably not use such a, like a long-lasting eyeliner like this, like that one by Wonderskin, because that one's like really not moving. It's committed right there where I put that line. Okay. Maybe I have to just like emphasize the top one a little bit more. I don't know. Let me do the other side and we'll see how this looks. Because It's not exactly what we had in mind, but it's something. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of that and then the rest with powder, I think, on this side. There. It looks so beautiful. Thank you, Stacy and Marquita and everybody that's complimenting me. Sylvia, thank you. Very editorial, right? Yeah, the double wing, so editorial. Let me put a little, I know I haven't finished, but on my left, but I kind of just want to see how it looks with a little bit of like bottom mascara, because I do think that that'll kind of help tie it all in together. I'm telling y'all, I'm like breaking a sweat doing this live. I don't know what got into me to attempt such an intricate eye look today for y'all. Thank you, Kat. She said stunning. Thank you. Okay, it looks great. Thank you, Brittany. Woo! I need your motivation. Okay. Let's see if I can replicate it over here. I kind of already started. Okay, so I guess, so the only, I guess, difference that I'm seeing that from like the way Hindash did it was the wing, like the second wing right here on the bottom was not so like in the same direction as the top one. I think it was kind of more like outward this way. I'll have to look at the photo again, and I'm gonna pull up the photo for y'all in a minute so you can kind of see the vibe. But I didn't want to pull out the photo right away because I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I didn't know if it was like gonna look nothing like the photo, and then I didn't want to clown myself, so. Okay. So it's really not that difficult, y'all, if you just work with eyeshadows and precise brushes. See, on this side, I just did this second flick here was really just powder eyeshadow. And I'm just emphasizing the top wing so that it stands out against the second wing underneath it. But I'm not doing like a super harsh black wing. I'm diffusing it now with like a very deep dark brown in this Patrick Top palette. Excuse my dogs. All right, and now to just really emphasize, I guess, the distinction between both of the wings. That's where I want to take my KQ12S. It's like a razor sharp Kolinsky brush. This is my favorite Tansedo brush. Like, I swear everybody needs this KQ12S because it's so great to help in so many ways, really, but I especially like to use it to help clean up lines. But you could use it as a lip brush. I love using it to clean up the lines of my lips. I like to, like I said, use it to sharpen up my wings. You could even use it for your eyebrows. I like to use it to clean up my eyebrows. This is a great one to pack on glitter shadow or even powder shadow. This is, I just recently picked up my 4th one ahead of the price increase because I just never want to be without this one. Love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna deepen up this here a little bit. And we're almost done, hopefully. We are 20 minutes over an hour. I'm aware. So I'm going to try to really wrap this up. Okay. Hopefully that's close enough to the look we're going for. Thank you so much for the hearts and everything, y'all. I see them. Yeah, this Wonder Skin eyeliner is really like not budging. Almost in a bad way, because like I want to go back and fix it. But once it's on there, it's on there. So be careful. It would have probably been better to do this with like a not so, I mean, it's great when you want staying power, right, in your eyeliner. But when you're doing a look like this with eyeliner, you're probably going to want to use an eyeliner more so like the Makeup Forever Artist, the color pencils, because these are not waterproof. They recently did come out with their waterproof version. So Makeup Forever has now given us the two options. Where is it? This one. So the waterproof Makeup Forever ones are the Artist Color Pencil Extremes, which are basically versions of these that are like your wooden pencil liners that you can use. The cool thing about these is that you can use these all over the face. So this is more so what you would use for this type of look, because if you mess up and stuff, this is a lot easier to come off than if you go in with like a more waterproof one. So lesson learned on this side right here, where I went in with that waterproof Wonder Skin one. And then, yeah, now we're just really, so Hindash took like a brighter shade between the two lines to emphasize the distinction between the two lines. You see how that made like a slight difference? If you put like and I'm using the bright white shadow in the Patrick Ta palette with this super thin brush and kind of putting it in like an Oreo cookie, like the cream in the Oreo cookie, like a sandwich. I don't know why I just used that terminology to explain that, but I hope that makes sense, to kind of like emphasize the two lines by having like a lighter shade in between them, but not too harsh. So, and I forgot what he did in the middle, but I don't know. I don't really feel like you really need to add much in the middle, looking at it right now. But he kept the look really matte. And then I even think he did more of like a neutral cheek. I understand my cheek is warm. But then all he did as far as like a highlighter was take like a highlighter stick like this. This is the Victoria Beckham one. This is the Reflect highlighter in Pearl. And he just did like a couple of points of a highlight. In his video, he did a full face of Nabla. He said that that was an Italian makeup brand. I personally have never used Nabla. Whoa. I don't know if y'all saw that, but that was a smudge from my mascara because it wasn't fully set. And the mascara that I used is the Hourglass Unlocked, by the way. I'm not going to freak out. No big deal. Pretty sure it'll just come off with a spoolie. Let's hope. Yeah, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to anybody who's new. We're doing a Hindash inspired, attempting, I should say, a Hindash inspired double wing makeup look. So it didn't end up turning out exactly like Hindash's, but I tried. And I think I'm going to try to keep like perfecting this because every time he does it, it just looks so stunning. It really like elongates the eye. So especially if you have like smaller eyes or like hooded eyes, I just think this is beautiful. Is it kind of even? I could totally be a perfectionist about this, but right now I don't have time to be. So it's not going to be perfect, y'all. Ideally, I would be sitting here not in a rush doing this, but it's kind of, the idea is there, I guess, hopefully. Okay, should I show y'all the inspiration behind it now? Let's see if we got semi-close. Thank you so much, Stacy. I think that's gonna be the look, y'all. He did a little bit of a highlight down the tip of the nose, actually. Like right here. Like a little bit up here. On the high points only. But I've talked about it on here, how I'm just like super inspired by Hindash. He just is such a talented makeup artist. And of course, the models that he uses are always like super stunning too. But, all right, I'm gonna show y'all. I have my iPad here. Are we ready to see what look this was inspired by? The final reveal. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing, y'all. This looks nothing like it. This looks nothing like it. Okay, here it is. Stunning, right? That was the inspiration. Now here's mine. All right, next time we'll get closer to Hindash, but thank you so much, everyone. That's gonna be the look for today. I brought out, just like as a quick perfume moment, the Dolce & Gabbana Devotion perfume. Smells delicious. So this is also a great gift for somebody if you're looking. Sold on the Sephora website. Smells like, this is like a gourmand. It's sweet, it's a little bit smoky, it's vanilla-y. My personal favorite. I don't know, it kind of smells a little bit like marshmallows. I'm really bad at describing scents, but I highly recommend that one. The bottle is beautiful. Sometimes you can score and get a gift set too, so I'd recommend. I love all different types of fragrances. I have so many, but this is the one that I pulled out for today's look, just because I think the color and everything just like match the warm tones that we're going for. So thank you so much, everybody. Mine's better. Susan, oh, don't gas me now. I'm gonna get big-headed up in here. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's like literally the best compliment ever. Wow. It's telling me my look came out better than Hindash's. But thank you so much, too beautiful for church. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, everybody, for all the compliments. I've yet to try Nabla, says Sylvia. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check them out. I don't even know where they're sold. You have the Reflect Highlighter Stick in bronze and you love it, Keisha. It is something special, right? It took me a little bit to actually, like, my love grew for it. The more I used it, the more I appreciated it. So yeah, that Reflect Highlight Stick is nice. Again, by Victoria Beckham Beauty. But if you're shopping on Sephora during the Sephora sale, there are some similar ones that you can get that I would recommend. Westman Atelier has her own version of that cream highlight stick that I could have totally used today. This one is just in limited edition packaging, but you can pick it up in non-limited edition packaging. I think she made this one as part of her permanent line. This one's in the shade Biscuit. But I also really love the Westman Atelier super loaded tinted highlighters. So that'll give you the same vibe as the Victoria Beckham highlight stick. And my personal favorite is in the shade Peau de Pêche. I just think that this particular product is very unique on the market. It looks really beautiful. Just kind of dab it on your skin like this. And it's not so, all of these that I'm mentioning here are not so sticky that like your hair will stick to them, if you know what I mean. That's like the worst. I hate that. It just gives like a healthy glow to the skin. So especially if you have dry skin or textured skin, or you have some wrinkles that you don't want to emphasize in this area up here, try one of these like dewy, glowy highlighters, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So I guess the only last step that we missed is a brow gel, right? I'll just slap on a quick brow gel and then we'll call it. I like this Anastasia Brow Freeze Gel that she recently came out with. It's like it's almost like it's like her brow freeze that used to be in like a tub. And you know how we would use a spoolie to get it, but this one's just like a lot more user-friendly because she put a similar formula in a tube. So it kind of reminds me of that Benefit one that was super popular for like the longest time. Which one was it? There's a few from Benefit that are great, honestly. And I've been through the 24-hour brow setter. So I would say that this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel is very similar to the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. So I would recommend those if you're looking for a brow gel. But as far as like a drugstore brow gel, like on Amazon, the Maybelline one is great. But yeah, that is that. Lab Glaze blushes and bronzer are really good. Oh, Nabla, spell check. Nabla Glaze blushes and bronzer are really good. Thank you for letting me know that, Marquita. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out that brand. I don't have anything. But yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Thank you so much for being here and watching me, especially if you're new here to my channel. I would love to have you. My name is Noelle, aka Makeup Esquire. I'm a lawyer by day, but a beauty lover through and through. So please go ahead and also follow me on Instagram. And I also have a link that I'll link down below in my description box for you to join my email list. And I will be planning on doing fun giveaways and stuff like that to my email list. And I also have a Facebook group called Makeup Esquires that I would love for you all to join as well. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the look, y'all. Bye, good night, everyone. Podapesh is your favorite too. Great minds think alike. Yeah, her brow freeze gel in a tube formula. Okay, bye everyone. Love you. Happy Sunday.